My name is Ian Walsh, and this is the Moment Money Matters with Hard Money Bankers. Today, everybody, we're joined with Joe Evangelisti. Joe, thank you so much for coming on. Appreciate your time, my friend.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Good. So I actually was fortunate enough. I've heard about Joe for a very long time in our marketplace. Joe is one of these guys that everywhere I turned, your name is associated with somebody successful. And I didn't know you until recently. Our good friend George Beatty invited me to play golf with you, and I had a really fun time. And if anybody's watching this, go look at my Facebook page. You can see the kind of fun we were having.
I think we had too much fun, actually.
I swear that was the most fun in golf I've had that I can remember. It was really fun. So, but most importantly, honestly, the reason I get invited to golf a lot, and I love George and everything. But when I said, "Who's in the foursome?" He said, "Joe's in the foursome." I cleared the schedule. I said, "I'm going." I had to meet you. I wanted to know about you. So, and the reason being is everybody around me says your name, and the people saying your name aren't people that, these are some of the biggest players in my market space that at the beginning of the last 10-year cycle, they were chugging along, and then something happened in their business individually and ramped up. I mean, some of these guys now, I'm not going to say their name on here. If you want to say them, you can, but these guys went from your average investor to some of these guys net over $1 million.
Sure.
I was like, who's this guy, right? So now I meet Joe, and after meeting you, you're a fun guy. You're cool to hang out with for sure, but I can tell, you're very squared away in what you do, and you're business driven. So I kind of wanted to jump into this video series to a couple things. One being because you are an investor as well, and you know your market very well. But I initially want to talk about building a business and some of the things that, as you have met with people and impacted their lives in such a way that I think it's important for people to understand some of the things maybe behind the scenes that you get into. So first one I wanted to talk about was, let's just say I come to Joe and I'm just talking, whether I come to your event, it's happening next week in California, or I did a local event maybe in New Jersey, but like, let's say I'm a business owner, I come to your thing, and what do I expect? Like, what happens? Like, what are some of the activities building a business that you have been able to make a pivotal moment in people's lives with?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. I mean, so first and foremost, I mean, everybody's businesses are completely different, right? So let's start with that. I mean, our events are really catered to the individual and what their business needs are. And I always tell people, like, our events, we're trying to solve 3 high-level challenges, and that's it. And a lot of people think like, oh, well, why would I do that? Because, I want to come there and learn everything, right? Everybody wants to learn everything. They want to drink out of a fire hose. They want to leave with 100 pages full of notes. And the truth is, we try to keep it really, really simplistic. Now, I'm not saying you're not going to solve high-level issues and not super high-level challenges, but we try to keep it down to 3. And the reason we try to do that is because if I give you 15 things to go and solve in your business, what's going to happen? Most likely, you're not going to take action on hardly any of them. Or if you try to take action of them, you're on this one, then you're over to this one, then you're over to this one. You never complete anything, right? So first thing we do is we try to cater to each individual person what exactly are the issues that they want to solve. The irony of it is, though, Ian, as you know, because you're a successful business guy, you talk to a lot of people in business. A lot of people have the same challenges in their businesses, and I don't care what kind of business they're in. Almost everyone has one of the top 5 or 10 challenges in their business. So we're getting really, really good at helping people solve them because we've heard them time and time again.
So what do you attribute the ability to see that for, though? So if I'm in my business and I've been running it for 10 years and I'm in the same place I was 10 years ago, how does it get, like, what are you able to do? You do something. You clearly do something that you see something in somebody else's business. You obviously can break it down and make it seem easier than the guy probably coming to you sees, but you have a lot of clarity. So how do you do that? Like, what would be a key thing? I come to you, Joe, and I say, hey, I'm stuck I'm doing 1 deal a month, right? I'm doing 1 deal a month and I want to get to 10. Where do you start that conversation with a guy like you?
Well, first of all, we analyze what's our business look like now. What type of marketing are you doing? What type of structure do you have? What does your team look like? Like, what are your hurdles and what are your challenges? What are your wins on a week-to-week basis? What are your challenges on a week-to-week basis? And a lot of times in that first 15 to 20-minute conversation, we're diagnosing all kinds of major issues because, frankly, the way people run on a Monday through Saturday, whatever their schedule looks like, they're going to point out all kinds of pitfalls and all kinds of problems. And a lot of them are generally people problems. It might be the person that you're talking to. It might be the visionary, the CEO you're talking to, or it might be, just a simple, assistant type role person that needs to be plugged in somewhere, but it might just be the fact that they're running. A lot of entrepreneurs I see are just running haphazard. They're trying to put out every single fire because they're afraid to elevate and delegate and go and hire the right people, right? So everyone has their own different individualized challenges, but like I said, in 15 minutes, generally by just asking people, what do you have going on in your week, we can usually diagnose those things.
Interesting. So Joe, if I wanted to join you guys next week, let's say, hey, this is something interesting to me. Like, how do I contact you? What do I do? Because it
Yeah.
could be a good idea to anybody watching this.
Yeah, sure. I mean, best way is really to message me on Facebook. My Facebook is J Evangelisti, JEVANGELISTI. You can just private message me on Facebook, or you can just send me an email, joe@theflipking.com. Theflipking.com is our website and our blog. You can see some information about what we got going on there. Send me an email or PM me on Facebook and just get the conversations going. Just, tell me about your business. Tell me about what you got going on now. What are your challenges? What are you hoping to accomplish? What are you hoping to achieve? And, we'll see if you're fit.
Sounds good. Thanks, Joe. As everybody knows, Ian Walsh, Hard Money Bankers, Ian at hardmoneybankers.com.